Prithee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force, perforce, doth move me, on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee. 17th century English. Not always easy to understand. Sometimes language can be a little confusing, especially when we don't really understand the vocabulary. The language of the 17th century is very different from our modern conversation, although a lot of the slang in our modern conversation is different than it was 20 years ago too. Oddly enough, this is the exact reason why King James I ordered a Bible to be scribed. He wanted a Bible that could be read by the masses, namely in plain English, which today is weird English. The Bible was originally written in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic. Afterwards, it was translated into Latin, like in the 300-somethings or others, and the Vulgate, the Latin, was used for like 1,500 years or something like that. By the time King James I came along, the Bible had already been translated into German. There was an English version, too, actually. One was not very good, and the other one was the Geneva Bible, which had been scribed outside of the permission of the crown. He wanted a Bible that could be read not just by scholars who studied Latin or Greek or Hebrew or Aramaic, but he wanted one that could be read by the common man. Yes, oddly enough, the King James conversation actually is how they spoke. Shakespeare and King James do have a small intersecting time in history, like maybe 20 years or so. To help you understand the Bible and Shakespeare, the thing I want to learn and share with you today is what's with the language, specifically in the terms of thee, thou, thine, and thy, and eth. Eth, I found, is more of an s sound, like helpeth. It's actually helps. Usually eth is also used in a past tense, like it could be a s or it could be a d. So that one's pretty easy. The thee, thou, thine, and thy get a little wonky, but for the most part, it just means you. Let's start with the easy one then. You. You was really only used when you were talking to a group of people, like, do you want ice cream, meaning you, and you. What do you want, as in all of you. As opposed to thou, which is you yourself. Just you, the one, the singular. It's not, what do you all want? It is, what dost thou want? You wouldn't have a s and a th right next to each other, hence you have the t in the middle, thus, because you don't want to say dost thou. Dost thou. You have dost thou. Makes it easier to say. Ye was also a plural you. Like, ye have seen the power of the living God. Or, what ye have seen here, do not forget. What y'all have seen here. It's like y'all. Your was also used, but it was also used plural. Or, like, the fault is yours. It would be, like, all-encompassing group, as opposed to thy and thine, which would be singular. The only difference between thy and thine is whether the next word has a vowel. Again, same thing with the t at the end of does. It's for flow of conversation. You don't want to have two vowels hitting each other. Like, do you see with thy eye? Thy eye. It's hard to say. So you say thine eye, thine hand. Hand is weird because of the H. Thy book, stuff like that. So the next time you open up a King James Bible or a Shakespeare play, I hope you're able to understand it a little better. And remember that anything with a th for a thou, thee, thy, thine is usually a singular you. And if it's you, ya, you, yow, you, your, ye, yours, it's probably a group. So, good luck. Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses on thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.